Let's play Toy Suite. Hello music creators, Mike here, and in this video we are going to check out Toy Suite, a sample library focused on toy sounds, rare children's instruments, and retro sounds such as video games and classic computer game chip sounds. So let's check it out right now. Alright, so here we are in the DAW, and I actually composed two different examples of the types of music and sounds you can get from this software instrument. So first I have kind of a retro video game sound in the first example, and then I have a more fun and happy and light vibe that you can use for modern productions with that corporate, light, uplifting atmosphere. So let's check this out first with retro video game sound. I even included that special effect in the end that really brings out that retro old school video game character. So that is the first track I composed. And then this one, which is more fun, light and happy. And it sounds like this. Oh, I really like that. It could actually be used in a retro style but modern video game, I feel, that kind of sound as well. So in fact, let me just show you the sounds I used for these short example compositions so you can get a sense for how this sample library sounds like and its focus. So first we have these retro drums. And I mean, they even include pictures you can actually see for yourself. It's this like very old retro, you know, cheap kind of drum machine. And you have all kinds of parameters for every instrument inside the interface, but even the interface itself for all instruments is very retro. Okay, so that provides the beat. Then I have this, what I call the retro brass, or is it more of a bass? I don't remember. Kick bass, okay, so more of a bass. But it has that kind of fat and gritty character. And I mean, you can even see the interface here. It's so 8-bit sound looking, and it's sounding, I mean, if I play it higher up, you hear it, it's very gritty. It has kind of a lot of low end. That's why, let me just rename this, called retro bass. Just provides the groove, which I then layered with this lead sound. And or some of the sounds you can use the mod wheel for a filter sweep. But I played it lower, I think. Yeah, so together with the retro brass. Really old school retro video game sound. Then I have this more brass type sound. Or retro video game brass. Which I play. It even has some delay, so you have some effects actually and stuff inside the interface. Which can take a while to get used to, in fact, but it's fun to look at least. Then we have this sound, which I just called 8-bit because it has this, you know, retro video game coin or point sound, especially the ending. It works really well with this kind of arpeggio shimmer for the cadence, which all in all creates this, and then finishes with. Also included some syncopation in the groove between the parts there because I wanted that not almost swing-like character. All right, so then for the next track, I went more into the toy section. So yeah, just to check this out, the interface here is divided like so. You have Toy Suite here. Let me just browse back. And then you have it 8-bit synths. So all these acoustic, which are children's bells, toy guitars, baby percussion, electric, which are all digital, very cheap kind of boxes. Okay, so then for this, I actually started with a shaker, this jingle stick. Right? Super, super light and simple, which I then added, and look at this. This is so fun. Look, it's a monkey, or is it a bear? Yeah, teddy bear symbol. I call it monkey symbol for some reason, but it's a black bear with symbols, which sounds like this. So I also, of course, it's recorded on one pitch, but I actually used notes to play different pitches. So that now we have the super light with the shaker and the... I mean, it's so fun to use these kind of light sounds and stack them up because they really have so much character. So then I use these Croco crickets. It's like a crocodile toy metal foil. This clicky type of sound for the rhythm there. And then we get into the toy pianos. Let's check it out. Here you have the toy pianos and keys. A couple of ones. I use this one. Michel's small piano. This tiny version made in 1963 with wood, plastic, and metal. And it sounds so cheap. You hear how the keys struggle there, but all in all, we have this so far. All right. So, I mean, it's impossible to use this sample library, the Toy Suite, without having that old school retro character, that, that grit and that fragile tone. It doesn't have that perfect polished sound, but that's not what you want in this case. So we get to this, which is a little pink guitar, so a small children's guitar. And here is where I played like the main focal point of this composition. And that could be the theme for a modern retro video game soundtrack, if that makes sense. I hope you know what I mean. That is the main driver. So I mix between arpeggio, some double notes, and then chords like that. Then we get to this toy keyboard, and it looks like this. I mean, it's a cheap, really cheap keyboard from 1987. All right. They even have some fun notes, like lots of unforgettable 80s sounds. Yeah, we wanted to forget them because they sounded like this. So cheap, so corny, but it works. I mean, check this out. If I add that on top of this now, it's like listening to a modern version of, or not even a modern version, but a new Zelda Link's soundtrack. That old school sound is back, and I love it. Then we have this toy bells, so they have another complete category for children's bells, hammer bells. I mean, look at the picture. It's these little toy things. They must have had so much fun recording this. This is made in apparently 1938, and it sounds like this. And by the way, all of these instruments, as far as I know, you see, these are 4 little toy bells. So you can see the notes that were recorded are here. But you can play outside of the scale. So they have used pitch shifting, transposing in the background. So you don't have to, you only play these. So you can play it like an instrument. And it sounds like this. Oh, so light and shimmery. And everything works together to build. So I have to say, this sample library is will now become my go-to toolkit for anything retro and anything like with this toy-like, childlike character, which is super popular for this retro style computer and video games. So let me just give you a brief overview of what you get. So you get the 8-bit synth sounds. I mean, let's just double this so we can see it, so that I don't mess with the other things. So we have here chip tuning. You have the C64 stack right here. I mean, it's the SID chip here. Oh, I love it. Game Boy 64. And you hear that analog grit, that old school rough vibe in everything in here. I mean, you have so all this 8-bit, you have animated arpeggios, basses, bells. You can see all the categories in here, even chords. I mean, it's like, for me, it's like going back into my childhood and when I played all these video games. Then you have the acoustic category, which I more focused on in the other composition example, where you have toy pianos and keys, xylophones and metals. And I love that when you load things up, you can see what it looks like, an electric lamellophone. And I mean, many of these sounds you don't have to use for that retro vibe. You can add it just for color and character into any music composition, really. And you have the children bells, toy guitars, some flutes here. What is this? Hammer flute. I have no idea what it is. Plastic flute with keys creates a toy hammer sound. Wow. And then, so that is the acoustic category. Then you get to the electric category, which is mainly these cheap old toy-like instruments, like mini sampler. Let's check out this one. I mean, just have a look. It's this. Musical toys, mini organ. I mean, how did they even find all these instruments? Oh, wow. I don't have to say anything else. You really have everything concerning 8-bit, that retro video game sound, the toy-like character from all these acoustic instruments, and the cheap, rough, gritty, analog, not even analog, it's more digital, cheap digital sounds of this electric category. So I will leave a link in the video description so you can learn more about this sample library and everything that is included. Now choose which video you are going to watch next, or you can check out the amazing bonuses in the video description.